What's up? Welcome back. Today we are playing some freaking Fortnite. And I'm excited once again. Always so excited to play some Fortnite. And ready to die within the first 5 minutes. I'm so excited. This is my first game on for the day. I don't remember the last time I played Fortnite, probably like a week ago. Okay, I don't know if I should sing that song. But I was thinking about today, one time I was at Kensington and I was doing some volunteering work with the people in Kensington, like the homeless people. And I remember walking into the clinic one time and they were doing a food drive for the homeless people. And obviously in Kensington, Kensington's known as like one of the most drug-ridden places in the country, and maybe even the world, honestly. But so I walk in and they're giving out food to the people, and I sit down with one of the guys, and I started asking him about his story, because we also were doing wound care at that clinic. So usually with the wound care, we have to go talk to the people, see if they have any wounds that need to be taken care of, and then we can take them back and do cover up their wounds. But so I start talking to this guy, and eventually we get to talking about his story and about how he got on the streets, if he wants to get off. And so I asked him that question. I say, do you wanna well, first of all, yeah, so I first asked, do you want to get off the streets? Do you want help? We can get you like housing, homeless shelter, blah, 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 all those different resources. And then he said he could and he wants to, but he can't. And I asked him, I had an idea obviously because of the drug addiction, but he said he hasn't reached rock bottom yet. That's what he said. He said he was close to reaching rock bottom, and that's something that he's approaching, obviously, when he's out on the streets doing these drugs. But he was approaching rock bottom with his habits. And he said that the people on the streets who are staying on the streets and don't do anything about it, they don't want to be anywhere else. They don't. He didn't say happy. He didn't say happy to be on the street. He said they were content to be on the streets, with being on the streets. And he added on. He said, it gets to a point where you need to reach rock bottom to try to make a change, and that rock bottom, is not. It's hard to explain what that rock bottom is, and it's hard to even explain what he said, what that feeling of addiction is. It's not, oh, you just want to feel that feeling. Your life depends on that substance, and usually in Kensington it's fentanyl. Now it's medetomidine, carfentanil, heroin. Obviously, heroin's honestly the safest one out of all of them, and the least harmful, which is just insane to say, but. So, and then I ask him, let me finish this kid off real quick. Yeah, so I asked him, how did you get on the streets? What's your story? tell me, and we start talking. And he starts opening up about his life, and he tells me that when he was a kid, about 12 years old, and I'm trying to remember this as much as I can because it's been a while since I've actually thought about this, and I don't know why this popped up in my head recently, but it did. He said when he was about 12 years old, he tried, or he was about like 10 years old maybe when he tried marijuana. He was about 12 years old. Oh, God damn it. He was about 12 years old when his brother or something was doing cocaine or crack, and he got to take a hit of cocaine or crack or one of those hard drugs. And from that point on, once you get that type of dopamine hit from such a young age, I think it has to have a different feeling than if you're already developed, because your body is not used to getting that rush of dopamine, that rush of serotonin to that extent. So you, especially at 12 years old, you might not be able to understand the consequences of doing it. But so he was always exposed to that type of stuff, and then perfect. And then obviously that kind of led into a spiral. He started doing various drugs. Marijuana was a common one. And eventually, I think he said he was 18 once he came on the streets. This is not bright enough at all. There we go. He was 18 once he came on the streets, and then and from that point forward, he's been living on the streets doing these drugs. But I thought to myself, the reason why I bring it up, and the reason why I thought about it today, I mean, I was just thinking about how people have different like paths in their lives, and I saw a video of all these, successful, wealthy people saying that they hit rock bottom before becoming wealthy. And I thought to myself, I mean, what is rock bottom for you? Like certain people, is it? I get like once again, it really varies between people. What rock bottom truly is. Some people have a much different definition of rock bottom than someone, for example, losing a child. Obviously, that's not good. That's not like a good thing, but it's a very different definition of what is truly the bottom. And I thought to myself, what drives people who have not hit rock bottom and are far from rock bottom, and in fact are having a good life? What drives them to become successful in whatever they do? Is it to did they get this type of motivation from understanding? I think this is what it is. I think it's a mixture of people having good discipline to begin with, but I think it's also people learning from other people's mistakes and appreciating how other people have hit rock bottom and how other people have dealt with that rock bottom state and it became successful. Because I know people say comparison is a thief of joy, but comparison is also sometimes leads to the fruit of your labor. It leads to you putting in the work because you don't want to reach that point. You don't want to get to the point where you're like, damn, I never thought I would get to this point, and here I am, and now I'm truly at rock bottom. So I think that people who become successful are good at comparing themselves in terms of knowing where they stand and trying to avoid the mistakes that other people have. And it's honestly the beauty of how people, it's the beauty of the human condition in terms of every day someone dies and people follow possibly the other person's footsteps, or uses the person's mistakes to know what not to do in the future. It's a game of cat and mouse to understand how to live life well, how to live life without making mistakes, how to live life fruitfully. And it's a very interesting thing because not many people talk about it like that. But everything that we do, everything that we learn, and everything that we're inspired to do is based on other people's successes and other people's failures, if you like it or not. It's just the way we do it. That's just the way people succeed. That's just the way people live their lives. And I think that with me, I've honestly lived. I'm very thankful for how I've lived life and how I've been raised and all that stuff. And now it's up to me to follow the path I'm on and to learn from other people, learn how they did it, learn how they failed, learn how they succeeded, and build my own path. And obviously people face their own errors, either, distinct errors, errors that someone else has never faced, or errors that people have faced and maybe you made the same mistake again. But mistakes are not a one-time, it's not a one-time thing. You don't learn from them, but you do for certain ones. Come on, buddy. Bro. You can learn from a mistake after just one time, but it takes more than one time. I gotta go lock in here. This guy just died with an idiot. Why is my glider so slow? This is not ideal. But yeah, that's about it in terms of what I wanted to talk about. It's just about how different people have different ways of living their lives, and the way that we learn. The way that we learn, man. The way that humans adapt is just absolutely insane. We came from being knuckleheads with almost our sense of purpose was to make fire, reproduce, and that's it. But now it's so much more. Obviously, it's rooted in that, but we were playing around with sticks, hitting sticks together, trying to make fire, and now we're sending rockets to the moon and doing all this crazy stuff. Are these like bots? What is happening? Oh my god, bro. Piss off. What the? I thought he landed below, man. But yeah, I think that's what I wanted to talk about today. Whatever. That's so annoying. I can't believe I died to this kid. I would have killed him too. I just know I would have killed him. I know it. I know it. Yeah, that's my spiel for the day. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was thinking for the day. So, hope y'all enjoyed. Like, comment. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Just watch this. Watch this guy. Just be so. Oh my God! You're so good. You're so good. You are so good. You definitely deserve the win. You definitely deserve the. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I thought that you were below me and then you entered into my box and just pumped me right in my face. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.